Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and today's meditative chair yoga practice will be around embracing and cultivating forgiveness and releasing and letting go of shame. And I have been working a lot myself on self-forgiveness for things that I have done in my past that I shame myself for, or things that I'm still doing that I shame myself for, like overeating at the holidays, or maybe saying something that I regret having said, or don't say something that I wish I would have said. Or things in the past, like the things I could have done better as a mother or a wife, or just as a human being in the world. And then there are people that I have, that I feel have hurt me in the past or now or whatever, that I want to forgive. In as much as it's healthy for me and my nervous system, as that's how I want to be in the world, is the kind of person who is practiced at forgiveness. And so that is exactly what forgiveness is. And so when I say embrace forgiveness or cultivate forgiveness, what I mean is that it's an ongoing process. You might fully forgive somebody one day and then a memory will resurface and or something happens and it brings you back into the past once again, and you relive those hurt feelings. And that can be as much as trauma or PTSD, capital T trauma, or little t trauma. Things, ranging from being in a great disaster to suffering neglect. So whatever it is that you feel, and whoever it is that you are wanting to forgive or cultivate forgiveness for as an ongoing practice, and I promise you it will get easier and easier as you practice it, whoever this person is, I'd like you to just find that person in your mind, visualize them, and for just a moment, just shake out your legs and shake out your feet, maybe all of them at the same time, maybe one at a time or two at a time, whatever feels good to you. Maybe try all of those things, and maybe shake out your shoulders a little bit and rock your knees from side to side, and then just shake off your arms as if your hands are wet and they're all out of paper towels and you just want to dry them off. And just like your hands are wet and they're all out of paper towels, just rub your palms on your thighs or on your shirt, rubbing your hands up and down one arm and then the other, and then up and down both of your thighs. And if it's okay for your low back, you might even bend down and rub them up and down your legs, your lower legs. And then again, we're just going to shake those arms off a few times and come into a nice tall seat. Feel your feet on the floor underneath your knees. Just bring your awareness down to the bottoms of your feet. Think about the contact of your feet to the support underneath it, whether it's a sock or a shoe or the floor or the grass, whatever it is. Just feel the sensation of your feet touching the ground. And with that same attention, bring your awareness to the backs of your thighs and your sit bones, your tailbone, all of the places where your body is touching your chair or whatever support you are sitting on. Next, let's roll the shoulders up and back and down 3 times. Inhaling as you draw them up. Exhaling as you send them down one more time. And this time as you bring them down, tuck them all the way down towards your back pockets and draw the base of your skull up towards the sky. Close your eyes if they're not closed already, or take a soft gaze. And feel the sensation, the truth of being safe in your body. Whatever else has happened to you, whatever else you've done in this life, you are right now at this moment striving to find forgiveness and release shame, to increase your capacity to feel, and for compassion. Sitting tall, you're strengthening your spine and your resolve. Not a punishing resolve, not a disciplining resolve, in as much as we identify that word discipline in our Western culture, but more of a sense of will with compassion. At this point, I'd like you to visualize or imagine yourself, or maybe you even have an actual photograph of yourself as a small child, maybe around 3 years old, maybe younger, maybe a little bit older, but right around there. First picture that comes into your mind, yourself as a child. Imagine yourself as that child, doing whatever you would normally have been doing. Maybe it's hard to picture, so you might even imagine yourself playing on the swings, or reading a book, or playing with a ball or a doll or whatever. Just imagine yourself as you were. Watching yourself from where you are, your grown-up self, yourself that is resolved to find forgiveness and release shame. And then imagine your older, wiser self walking towards your young child self. Maybe with open arms, maybe with a loving gaze. And maybe you even embrace your child self. Maybe you bend over or sit down next to your childlike self and give yourself a hug. Touch your cheek. Continue to breathe. Continue to notice your feet on the floor. Drawing the breath deeply into your belly. Staying in integrity in your spine and in resolve to cultivate forgiveness and let go of shame. And to yourself, you might say, I forgive you. You made some mistakes, but you know better now. And I forgive you. And I'm not going to shame you any longer for the mistakes you've made. You are resolved here and now to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to build resilience and mental health. And I forgive you, little one. I love you. Part of releasing shame is releasing our natural inclination to rebel against shame. So when we shame ourselves for making mistakes or past mistakes or perceived mistakes, we automatically trigger our human innate need to rebel. And then we rebel and we make a mistake again, and then we shame ourselves, and it's a self-perpetuating cycle. So releasing that shame is just as important as cultivating the forgiveness. So give your imaginary self, your child self, another squeeze. Kiss yourself on the top of the head if that seems right to you. Hold your cheeks in your own hands and gaze into your own eyes. And tell yourself one more time, I love you. I forgive you. And you don't need to be ashamed anymore. And just notice how you feel in your body. Notice your feet on the ground. Notice your thighs and your sit bones in your chair. Notice if your shoulders have slumped a little bit here. And see if you might draw them up a little bit higher, and then down and away from your ears, lifting your heart. And again, drawing the base of your skull up towards the sky and the crown. And if you're ready, you might imagine or visualize the person who hurt you. You know the one. First one that came to your mind. And imagine them as a small child, playing outside or reading a book, watching TV maybe. And see if you can find that same sort of love and compassion towards that small child as you did towards yourself as a small child. Maybe your knowledge of them letting you know what kind of childhood they had, things they might have had to deal with in their life, not excusing them at all for what they may or may not have done to you or whatever. Not excusing the hurt. The hurt was real. Not ever allowing it to happen again. But just knowing that they were a small child at one point too. Innocent. Before they ever hurt you. And maybe you can walk over to that child and get down on their level and look them in the eyes and say, I forgive you. I may not ever hear you apologize. I may not ever hear the words I feel like I really want to hear from you, that what you did was wrong, that you know how much you hurt me. I might not ever hear that, but I still forgive you. I release shaming you, the thoughts of shaming you, the thoughts of blaming you. letting go of letting you define who I am. Taking back the power of that I gave to you. Knowing that I have the will and the resolve and the power in myself, in my strength, to forgive you, to let go of the resentment and the need to shame you, and to move on with my life. In all sincerity, I want you to find happiness and freedom and whatever it is you need to be at peace. Notice your feet, your sit bones, your shoulders, your heart. Take a deep breath down deep into your belly. And let it go with a big sigh. Let's do that again, but this time let's raise our arms out to the sides. Reach them up alongside the ears. Maybe look up towards your hands as they come together. Exhale, big sigh down through heart center. Once again, looking down and then coming up, reaching up, looking up towards the sky, opening your arms. Bring your palms together. Exhale, drop the arms. Let them just swing freely. Let your chin come down to your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, round the spine down. One vertebra at a time until you get to a place where it feels some sensation without any pain. If this is hard on your low back, just stay upright. But maybe you roll all the way down to allow your forearms to rest on your knees, or your not on the directly on the knees, but above the knees on the thighs. Letting your chin curl in towards your heart and rocking one ear and then the other over towards the shoulders. Getting some gentle movement in the neck. And then we'll inhale here, draw the heart forward, press down through the feet and the sit bones, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Inhale, the arms back up overhead. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. One more time to each side, inhaling up. Exhaling right. Inhale up and center. Exhale left. Let's inhale the hands back to center again. Exhale, hands to heart. And let's open up the arms, cactus arms. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze, draw the elbows back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, draw the elbows and the forearms and the palms towards one another. Maybe they even touch. Inhale, open up, look up, gentle back bend, pressing into your feet. Exhale, round forward, opening up the space behind the heart. Inhale, open up the heart, look up, remember embracing yourself as a small child. Exhale, round the spine and wrap your arms, right arm over left, giving yourself a hug as you bow forward, chin to chest. Squeeze yourself here. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then we'll inhale, roll up, reach up. Exhale, big hug, spine stays nice and straight, left arm over the top. Give yourself a big hug. And maybe here you're hugging yourself as a small child again. Or maybe you were able to forgive someone else a little bit more today, and you're giving them a hug. Maybe both. Maybe everybody in your family or all of your friends. Just imagine yourself hugging yourself. Imagine yourself hugging the people you love, and just really savor the sensation of that love. And then one more squeeze hug for yourself as you bow your chin forward. Resolving to let go of any residual shame around the things that you have already forgiven. Let's inhale, open the arms up to the sky once again, lift the heart. Exhale, palms together. And then draw those thumbs down to meet your sternum. If you like, you can bow your chin towards your chest. Get one last little stretch across the back of the neck as you continue to draw the heart up and the shoulder blades down. And I just like to share with you the Shanti mantra. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. And join me in praying that all beings everywhere, including you, are happy and free, and that our thoughts, words, deeds, and actions contribute to that in some way. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Namaste.